This is the Artist Entrepreneur Podcast. We are your hosts, Amanda Ritchie, Noah Dock, and me, Carrie Wee. We're three artists brought together by the love of circus and dance. Amanda from the world of Cirque du Soleil as an aerial soloist. Noah, our academic, and me from the commercial dance world. This is one of the greatest jobs in the world, but it comes with uncertainty. Each episode contains insight on how to pursue art-based businesses. We'll have a variety of guests and have lively weekly Discord. Tune in every week to hear our perspectives on the minefield that is the artist's way of life.
Did you know that, Noah? You were nodding your head. Have you bought many houses? How do you know this?
Okay. So my father's business is he buys
property
and rents it.
Okay, this makes sense.
I have not been privy to his business at all. I'm going with him he does this in Denver because that's where he grew up. And I'm going with him to Denver on Tuesday because I'm starting to be brought into this thing because I want to learn about it because I'd like to do it myself. And my friend he bought a house 6 months ago and the interest, oh my God, he's made, I think it's now 8 mortgage payments and only, I think it's $800 of it
has gone principal.
Has gone to the principal. Has
your dad been waiting for you to have any interest in his business?
No, he's been hoping that I wouldn't.
Oh.
If anything.
What is he he buys properties and then flips them, or he buys commercial, or what is the business?
He's done pretty much everything. I would say primarily what he does now, or what he has been doing, is he owns single family homes and he rents those. He does own a couple of industrial commercial buildings. But he's not he's not expanding. He's not a growing business. He's kind of
trying to retire.
Well, they were growing for a little while and then it slowed. It's not a big business by any means. We have friends here in LA who own 40 buildings or whatever, and it's that's a business. But he owns a couple, and I sort of brought up to him, I was like, imagine, if you will, you were 30 years younger and you were interested in this. Knowing all that you know now, what would you do? And so I'm trying to learn about it, and there's a reason why there's so many successful people who own property,
Real estate. I mean, had I known that this was an option, I was I didn't know I could buy down the interest rate. I thought it was just because it's your credit score that, decides that, and then you can buy it down a whole point basically with just less than $20,000. And of course, if you don't have that $20,000, that's a problem. But I got money stashed away for moments like this that I never use it for. Also, the great and crappy news, you guys, I have never had this happen. I got sick on Tuesday morning and I was okay, cold. Then I had a fever. I've never had a fever last 4 days, you guys. 4 days. 4 days. It's the worst. The only reason, this is the first, alive day I've had, and it's because I'm drugged on Tylenol Cold. Also, you guys, this is the banter that people hopefully like in this podcast. I, for some reason, have never tried neti pot. Have you guys tried a neti pot?
Yeah.
I was how did I get to my age and I haven't done this? And so my sister was you need to do this. So I mixed the solution. You basically squirt saline solution up your nose, and then all the snot comes pouring out the other side. It is so gnarly. It
But-
is not fun.
I'm good.
Wait, Noah, do you like the feeling?
Oh my God. Well, it clears you out. It's like taking a hit of like hot sauce, like habanero hot sauce, and you just like, oh, I'm clear. Everything's fine.
Well, I mean, the payoff is there, but
payoff
like
is there.
it was amazing to me how long it took me squeezing the bottle for it to run all the way. My sinuses are longer than I thought. It took a while. I was like, when is this coming out?
No, thank you.
So funny.
So that's my story. How's it going, guys?
Amazing.
Fucking sucks.
Amazing.
So here's my question. We are gonna get to
Bad word.
entrepreneurs things. Sorry, Bean. She said it's a bad word. You guys are in LA. How
brother.
like is the air quality just terrible everywhere? What's going on?
Where I'm at, it's fine. I taught met with a client today in Monrovia, and the air quality passing through Pasadena is bad. You can smell all the things in Pasadena, but Monrovia is not terrible. It's not up where I'm at. Up where I'm at, I'm pretty lucky. It's pretty clear.
I'm the same. It's clear here. I was in Santa Monica on, I think, Monday, and it wasn't smoky, but like you could just like feel it. Like there's stuff in the air.
I mean, does it feel like a hellscape or no?
I'm sure it does over there.
Yeah, in Pasadena and Santa Monica, those areas, yeah. Like I feel like removed from it a little bit. Like there's pockets, there's bubbles where life is normal, oddly enough, but then those places that were affected are like decimated.
Yeah, decimated.
But I mean, nothing creeping up this way has been really like noticeable in like the change of it. It hasn't been, you know.
Okay, well, I'm
Yeah.
happy. I'm happy to
But
hear.
like traffic is the same. Like everybody's going about their day at this thing. Like
Yeah. I mean, it's just such a big city. Like, if something's happening in Santa Monica and you live in the valley, it's
yeah,
like
I mean the
never
buzz
even-
in the air. It's like, and especially on social media a lot. It's not good.
Yeah, there's pockets or bubbles of totally normal.
The winds are not as bad though anymore, right? It's died down.
Yeah, yesterday was the last day for my area for the red flag warning. So like
Okay, and you never had to evacuate, right?
no, but it was
Amanda?
evacuate, don't evacuate. Get ready to evacuate. Don't evacuate. Maybe
Yeah.
evacuate. It was that. So I just unpacked my car of all my stuff yesterday because my car was packed up in case I needed to book it.
Noah, you want to give us an update on red flags?
Sure. It looks like the development team might finish it.
What? What arms did you have to bend? What's going on?
I mean, I don't want to get too excited because I've gotten too excited before,
Right.
but I think we're close. I think there's things that I'm going to have to do after they finish it, but the idea that they'll get their job done is, I'm looking forward to that moment for sure.
How did you get this thing across the potential finish line?
Well, I won't be doing any victory laps yet, but I think there's a new team that has been working on it. They've been doing a pretty good job. They've submitted, a lot of changes and gone through it with a fine-tooth comb to a certain extent. And it'll never be, done because software is always changing and updating, but I don't want to say the finish line. We may be to the starting line.
Woo!
Oh,
Where you
all
can
right.
launch.
Okay.
You may be at the launching line.
Right.
You might be at the end of the beginning and to the right.
It's like if this is a race, we might be able to leave the locker room.
That's awesome, though. Yeah.
It's slightly depressing because you've been working on this for a while. But that's what it takes.
But that's what it takes. I mean, there's red flags. There's a lot going on. We might actually be done by the end of the month. I have a whiteboard next to me that I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 projects, separate
Wow.
projects on right now. I don't mean like this music video or this class. I mean like red flags, my marketing company. Like they're all like that sort of thing.
So basically you have 8 jobs. Or what is it, 9?
11. Kind of. Some of them are like more like I just need to do this one little thing so that I can use that skill set for more. Like with all that happened in LA these past 2 weeks, I was photographing a lot of what was going on, and I was trying to capture and document what was happening. I went to some of the donation centers, and I went to some of the aftermath areas that I could get into, and I went to see some of the fire and the active sites. And I was photographing that, but I really wanted to, be able to go past the yellow tape, and get through and be able to really capture what was going on and document that. And so, like, on my list for my photography stuff is to apply for a press pass to be able to do those things in the future. So that I can get through to different events and rallies and disasters and things like that I could actually get into. So that's like a thing that's on my list that I'm working on.
What do you want to do with that, though? Are you like documentaries to put like on a platform like Netflix, or is it like where do those photos and that documentation, where does that go?
It kind of depends. There's a lot of freelance photographers that do it, and then they will sell their photos to news outlets and things like that. I would definitely do that. I would be interested in working with news outlets directly. There's a lot of photographers who work in photojournalism who go out specifically for, Associated Press or KTLA or whatever it might be who do that. So that's also on my board of my like job hunt right now of like.
Nice.
So yeah, we'll see what happens. I think it's just like a thing that I enjoy, being able to document events and things that are going on in this way, and we'll see. But I had something to bring up in this podcast. I was meeting with somebody this week, and we were talking about all of the many things that go into what we do. There's, like I said, I have a list of 11 basically categories or businesses on my whiteboard, and I brought up that one of them is a new project, like a brand new. It's something I've been thinking about for years. I brought up with a friend, and my friend is like, "We should do this. Like, let's make this happen." And I brought it up, and we were talking about how, it's good to have so many options. It's good to have a lot of balls in the air. It's good to have a lot, your hand in a lot of pots. But if I use like cooking as an analogy, if you're in the kitchen and you have something that's about to come out of the oven and something else that has to go onto the stove and something else that is, soaking and defrosting somewhere, you can only do so many things as the one cook in the kitchen, and you only have so much counter space. And I think that's a really, really important point when you're doing all of this kind of work, when you're being an entrepreneur, when you have a lot of different things going on. You have, your job, maybe you work for somebody else, maybe you have your own project, maybe you have a passion project, your business, whatever it might be. And these things start to add up. You only have so much counter space. And how do you manage the counter space? How do you manage how much energy you're going to put into each thing? What takes precedent? What do you assign the most value to? What do you want to do most versus what should you do most? I think that's a really important question. I saw somebody recently on Instagram, somebody I grew up with, who the last time I saw her was in New York, and she had a corporate job and she was working, and it was a random oh my gosh, hi, how are you, on the streets of New York. And my friend sent me a video of her, and she's pursuing being a professional surfer. And she quit her corporate job and is selling all of her possessions, and she wants to be a professional surfer. I was like, that's awesome. She cleared her counter space, and she was like, this is what I'm doing. This is it. And she loves it, and that's what's important to her, and that's where she's assigned her value. And I think it's amazing. I think it's fantastic. And I had a moment of being like, wow, I'm really envious right now. I want to quit everything and go skiing and be a professional skier. Maybe I should do that tomorrow. I'm going to do that tomorrow. And then I sat here and I looked at my whiteboard and I was like, shit, I love photography, and I love dance, and I love acting, and I love cocktails, and I can't just go be a skier. There's no way I could just do that one thing. There's no way. And I think that it was a really funny moment of thinking about your counter space, thinking about how much you're going to do one thing versus another, how many interests versus how little interests you can have, and what that big balancing act really is for everybody, because everybody has their own unique balancing act.
No, I feel like that is one thing that the three of us separately have grown a tolerance for, though. Because people always say that to me, too. They're like, you're doing too many things. You're adding another podcast. Actually, I added 2 because I'm producing another one I'm getting paid for. I just got hired for it. So I'm producing 5 podcasts right now. And then I'm trying to fill my classes and blah, blah, blah. But I think that part of the skill set of who we are is doing that. Because unless one thing is bringing you all the income, you have to diversify.
Yeah.
What do you think, Amanda?
Same. No, diversification is so important. To have your multiple streams of income specifically, because say something happens and you break your leg or you can't do the thing that you've been relying solely on, you need something to fall back on. You need,
especially, if you have a huge injury like you had with your shoulder, you got to figure it out. And unless you're in a corporate job or you really are getting paid a lot to do one thing, it's a skill set I think we've built because of necessity. And then after time, you get better at just adding things. But yes, it seem sexy to just say F this?
I kind of did that, though. I kind of did say F this, and all I was going to do was be an aerialist and be a dancer, and I did that. But,
I guess what I'm saying is now.
Well, yeah, now today, especially with my age and the way things have grown and shifted in life and my life in the world, I feel like I missed out a lot of times when I was a kid. I didn't have different skills or different sports that I tried. I just danced, right? I just did aerial stuff. And so now I'm like, wait, I do like this stuff. I like this stuff. And so my skill set has broadened, in which if I get more skills and I acquire more skills and I do them well, I have more chances to gain income from different avenues like you are, Noah.
I think it's funny that we have a very specific background because both of you said, like, if you're just focusing on the one thing and you break your leg, you're out or whatever. Like most people who are not dancers or circus artists, like that's not people who work corporate jobs. They're like, oh, if I break my leg, I'm out for like a couple days, but I go to work. Like nothing,
Right.
nothing really changes. But our mentality is like, well, the thing that I'm doing requires my body.
Yeah.
Requires me to do this. So like, if I break my leg, I can't just have that one stream of income. And I think that's really like telling of our backgrounds.
And it's so natural. All of us are like, well, of course.
Right. We're all like, yeah, if I break my leg, that's a problem. But like, if I break my leg, like, yeah, it'll stop, but I still go to work.
By the way, Amanda, you posted, I don't know if it was yesterday or if like the algorithm just showed it to me later. You posted a Lyra video. And it's like, you don't post stuff very often, but I was like talking to myself out loud while I was watching it. I was like, F you, Amanda, you're my hero. Like this combo is like, it started off and I was like, I know what she's doing. I think I know what she's doing. Oh my God. Then it started like, going down like a transition rabbit hole on Lyra. And I was like, how does your brain even work?
I'll take
Like, I don't get it.
I'll take the compliment. That's really
Beautiful. Amanda, give us a grounded and flight update.
Wait, before you do, I have to go because I have to go to a red flag meeting at 12.
Oh, I totally messed up our timing. But you know what? I feel like we got a Noah update. So
Amanda, I almost crashed your class this week, but I couldn't. My friend was to come over for dinner, and I was looking at the loft schedule because my roommate wants to go take class, and I was like, I could go crash Amanda's class tonight. And then my friend didn't show up for dinner. I was like, fuck.
come crash anytime.
Sounds good. All right, I'll talk to you guys
Have a good meeting.
later.
give us a grounded and flight update.
The newest update is that I am shifting my app creation program to an online space, to a digital space. So that community will be, and that course will be solely online, which I'm really excited about because then I can reach a broader demographic of people.
Yes.
And I don't have to fret about space, which is so wonderful.
Has been the sticking point,
It has
right?
been, yeah, in terms of logistics and the practicality of running something like this, without having my own space in my own studio, doing this in this moment in time has proven really difficult in person.
LA's tough. LA doesn't have a lot of aerospace.
It's yeah, and the spaces that are available are either really expensive or they are not wanting, like they have similar things happening, so there's a conflict of interest, or
Right.
or like the insurance that they require, even though I provide my own insurance, is just there's a lot of moving parts that for right now, an online digital space is it just fits. It just fits in the space and time of where I'm at right now with Grounded.
I've kind of come to that conclusion with teacher training as well,
Yeah.
that it has to be all online. And so I kind of stopped offering it currently just because I haven't figured it out yet, because it's a lot of logistics to do fully digital and have that much interaction with your client.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's part of that. Well, the cool thing though about the online space is that yes, it's a lot of logistics, but you can connect with multiple people from across the world. Like there's no breaking point to that, which is so nice. But I found that the logistics for the online platform was actually easier, but I'm not doing teacher training, so it might be completely different.
Well, it's different because teacher training seems to be more of a group affair,
Yeah.
right? And then when you are working with people, it's just one-on-one. So it's like, yeah, scheduling if they're in Shanghai.
Yeah.
It's like you just have to figure out the one.
Yeah.
But I mean, Rain and Sarah Holmes for Paper Doll Militia, they do their teacher training 100% online for the one they do online. And they have this whole like time zone calculator.
Oh, nice.
Because they have this whole thing worked out where like you sign it up and then, you know, the session will happen. It'll be like whatever, 8 people and they're all over the world.
Yeah.
On the same Zoom.
Oh, wow.
Like live Zoom. That's hard.
Yeah, that is hard.
That's hard, but they they pull it off. But they've been doing it for a while now.
The time zone calculator, is that a specific app that they're using, or is it?
I think they made it. I don't know how they did it. I have to ask Sarah.
Okay.
I'm not sure. It's impressive though. I looked at their website. I was like it's not like their website's so like fancy, but like they figured out like the nuts and bolts of the logistics that I needed to work, and I was very impressed with that. But so that basically the way you're doing it, the way you were doing it, you were kind of limited to who could get to you.
Yeah.
Physically.
Yes. Yeah.
And so have you announced this, or is this breaking news here on the podcast?
Oh, this is breaking news on the podcast.
Ooh, look at us.
Soft launch for my immediate people around me, just for the immediate community. But the big announcement, is happening right here.
Yeah.
So Grounded is now an online space. Until for the near future, I'm looking into getting my own space somewhere, sometime within the next year or two. So that will be happening.
Aerial space.
That will be happening.
Are you doing it like you did before where you had outdoor rig, or are you trying to like rig up like an indoor warehouse type of situation?
Like an indoor warehouse type of situation.
Do tell. How the hell are you trying to do that? How?
How? Well, the logistics and that's yet to be seen. I'm not going to go too far into that because I'm still in the beginning process of, finding space, and I have an investor that it.
Okay, I was going to say, where's this funding coming from? Okay,
I have an investor who's working with me closely, who believes in the vision, which, is the most important thing. So looking at writing grants and all of that good stuff to get my own space. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's a big deal in LA.
I don't know yet.
Okay, that's the question mark too. Yeah. All right. Well, I know that you probably are holding some of those jewels close to the chest, so I'm not going to ask you too many questions. Yeah. Hold on. Bean. Oh my God. Why are you hanging off the side of your bunk bed?
She takes up.
She's a kid of an aerialist. I mean,
diploma, of course. Yeah. But I remember you once asked me like what was the hardest part, like what were the snags and like what was the frustration?
Yeah.
Things. And so my answer to that, I have an answer. For me, it's the selling part. It's sales, because I don't know how you feel about this, because you had mentioned marketing was one of your biggest like snags. But I am.
Yeah, I would love to talk about this.
Yeah, I'm not a salesperson, and I've never been. I don't even like promoting myself on social media. I'm not the person, I'm not the teacher to be like, oh, there's spots open in my class. Come take my class. Like, that's never been my personality. And so, like, generating leads has been decent. Like, that's not been the issue. I can generate leads fine. But when I have to go and sell somebody on my program, like that, I'm like, oh, how do I do this? I feel like an idiot. Am I like selling? My price is too high? Am I lowballing myself? And what's the value? Oh, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare trying to do that.
Okay. I have so much to talk about with this.
Let's do it.
So much. Okay, listen. I used to feel the same way. And through the act of practicing doing it all the time, I've come a completely 180.
Yeah.
And now it's probably my strongest skill set.
That's so amazing.
Just because I had to do it so much.
Yeah. Repetition.
It's like you just have to get used to it. Bean, stop hanging off the side of the bunk bed.
Why not?
Because if you hurt yourself, then, and we have to go to the hospital again, This is not going to be good.
Like,
stop.
I love it.
So, because the first couple years of Wrap Your Head Around Silks, because I started like 7 years ago,
Oh, wow.
it was obvious to me at the beginning that I needed to create product first.
Yeah.
So I spent all that time, I think probably 2 or 3 years, just creating the products that live on my website. So I have like a full course, I have a aero rehab course, I have blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then I did it. And I'm like, okay.
It's there.
Well,
now what?
Yeah. And then I think I was talking to Rachel, because Rachel's a bit of a mentor for me, like a business mentor.
Yeah.
Because she, obviously what she's done with the loft, and we've been friends since before all of that.
Yeah.
We've been friends since like 2009,
Oh, wow. Long.
me and Rach.
Yeah.
She started, she's the person I started training with.
Nice.
So she was like, well, it sounds like now you don't have a product problem, you have a marketing problem. And you're going to have a marketing problem for the rest of your business.
Yeah.
So you better get comfortable,
Yeah.
And like to get used to it, because that is going to be the continuation of my problem. Because after, and also starting the podcast, okay, we have a product problem, meaning not problem, but that's where the focus needs to be, because the product has not been made yet. And the branding hasn't been established yet. But after that, it's the conversation that we had a couple weeks ago about inviting everybody to the party.
Yep.
So that you can find your perfect audience. Like, you literally have to be screaming off the top of a roof
Yep.
all the time. And here's what I have to say with your comment, Amanda. What got easier for me is I realized that if I was in fact talking to the person who's my perfect customer, that they actually are looking for something that I have. That I'm just solving the problem.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Like fully solving the problem. I'm solving their problem. I'm making their life easier. And the rate thing, that became easier because I don't know how everybody does this. It was such a problem for me for so many years, like my value of rates. And as I'm getting busier, like before I wasn't as busy. Like, I mean, you're busy. You're really busy teaching. But like, as I have a kid, I've added all of this stuff. I like literally say to myself, if I do it under a certain amount, I'll be pissed because I don't have the time to be making less than a certain amount. So that just has to be a little bit over that line.
I'm at the
of what would
too.
Yeah, you're there too.
I'm there.
So it kind of took the emotion out of it because I was like, okay, for an hour of my coaching time on a Zoom call, this is what would piss me off to do it for.
Yeah.
This is what would kind of not piss me off, and this is what would make me really happy. And then I just kind of pick somewhere in there.
Middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of where I'm at too. And I know that for inside, like when I teach private specifically, and this isn't the app creation program, this is just separate, a little bit separate from. So my private rate has increased because I am so busy, and because like if you're doing a one-off with me, there's not much that we can get done unless you have a very specific thing that like a very specific question that we can work on 60 minutes straight, and you get that one thing, then that's worth it. So, but if I'm meeting you for a one-off and I'm taking time out of everything else, that's going to be a little bit more pricey, right? Because there's like I can't build a rapport with you over 1 hour's worth of time, especially if I've never met you before, right? So it's kind of that, and then I get to pick and choose how and who I want to work with and why.
Did you hear that?
No, but
She jumped off her bunk bed.
at least she's not hanging off the side of it anymore.
I mean, do you think you're funny? Oh, shucks.
But I will say, because I know that in our industry, in this world, like aerialists and dancers and creatives, unless you come from a really solid, family background, we don't generate a lot of money. Like,
Yeah, it's the type of audience that doesn't have tons of money to spit out, for sure. You know what? Also, an example. One of my friends who got to a certain point in her career, she started kind of setting her prices outside of the affordability range of people. Like she priced herself out almost. Not almost. She did, if you ask me.
Gotcha.
And I think it's because she didn't really care to do it.
Yeah, which is fair.
Yeah. So she's like, well, I'm just going to charge so much because I don't really care to do it. And if they want to pay this high level of a price, then great, I'll do it for that.
Yeah.
But that's kind of being like, I think it's not disingenuous, but it's just like, you're basically saying you don't really want to do it very often. So if you do want to do it and you want to not be pissed off at your time, that's like the calculation, I think, that we're all making. Like, for example, my calculation here in Texas is different.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. Number one, the wealth is not the same. People have money to throw at hobbies, but it is not the same amount. They're not as wealthy generally, and then everything else is cheaper here. So, like, if you throw an LA price at a Texas person, they'll be like, "You crazy?"
Yeah. And
So for me, yeah, go
I was
ahead.
gonna say, and I'm sure like the industry that we're in isn't as highly valued in Texas as it is in LA because there's not as many jobs for people like us in Texas as there are in LA.
Interestingly enough, Amanda,
Am I wrong? I would love to be wrong.
there's a lot of pre-professional to professional. They would not necessarily get as many gigs in LA because the competition is just so steep. But these girls here are working.
That's awesome to hear.
Actually,
That's awesome.
there are plenty of gigs. They're not paid well, and these aerialists will eat it up no matter what because they just want a performance opportunity.
Yeah. Well, that's good to hear. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's actually not as dry as I
Imagine.
imagined. And I'm truly, because like it came up. People were like, do you want to perform? And like it just slept on and I was like, I don't care anymore. Like I want to like make money. I want to be rolling
Rolling in it.
in
I'm
money.
with you. I've been asked the same recently, actually, a few different times of like, oh, have I thought about performing again? And I was like, you know what? Like, it would be cool to do it again, but I want to make money. I've hit that ceiling, and I'm ready to expand. I'm ready to, yeah.
I mean, the thing is about performing is that there's always got to be an element of like, I just really need to perform. Because otherwise, if you're just looking at the finances, it's not there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Could be there,
people.
though, to be fair, it could be there in the finances.
Not for one-off gigs.
Oh, not for one-off gigs. No.
No, I'm not talking about contracts. I'm talking about like there's a Christmas party,
I see.
and you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there's no contracts. There's some company work here, but there's
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, and I'm not saying that. When I say that, I'm jesting. Like, I don't need to be rolling in it so hardcore. Like, I know that that's probably not what's going to happen.
Could happen.
But that's what I want. Like, I want my businesses to fly, you know?
Yeah. Otherwise, why
That's the whole
do we
point.
do it? Yeah. The whole point is to push it as far as you can go and be successful and break your own boundaries and break your own limitations, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for tuning in. You can find Amanda Ritchie at Grounded in Flight on Instagram and at Noah Doc on Instagram as well as Red Flags app. And me, Carrie Wee, you can find at wrapyourheadaroundsilks.com. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. We have so much more coming at you, including guests that are in this art world, that are blazing their way through new businesses, and just more banter from us. Thank you for listening. This is The Artist Entrepreneur.